Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body and keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully Enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, we'll take few minutes to be very clear with this practice. And at the same time, every day you have to remember yourself to be clear within yourself why you practice. We have different reasons. And at the same time, we have to remember. So whatever the time you invest yourself, it should be very meaningful. And at the same time, you have to gain some kind of benefit out of it. That benefit should be profitable for you. Then profitable benefit should bring the change to you. So if anything is not profitable, if anything is not help you to change yourself, it is worthless. So that's why it is nothing to do with the teachings, or it is nothing to do with the teacher, or it is nothing to do with the master or the guru or the culture, the traditions. It is your responsibility to be open to change, willingness to change. That is the biggest challenge. And that is the biggest barrier we have around us. Because deeply inside us, we always try to maintain ourselves. We want to see the world the way we want. We want to be the life the way we like. And we want to continue the way we want rather than accepting change. But the desire to maintain the life the way you want itself is the suffering. Because it's not going to happen. There is nothing will happen the way you want, basically. So then you have to understand it. But still, as ordinary people, we are keep running behind our own desires, our own dreams, our own imagination to reach to something. Even we have no idea where are we heading. So that's why we have to remember, more than any other time, nowadays people have anxiety, depression, and the panic attacks. But the thing is, people look into different solutions. So as you know, the very base of the Buddha's teaching, the foundation of the Buddha's teaching, basically the cause and effect. So the anxiety or the depression or the panic attack never come from your kind of like a genetic background, from your parents or from your family background. Remember this, listen this very carefully. You have the anxiety or the depression, don't think that your mother, father had it and you're going to have it. No, it's not going to happen like that. That is a kind of like a good news. Like as you know, sometimes the cancer and sometimes obesity and sometimes sugar. So these kind of things can come through your bloodline. But the most dangerous and difficult challenge for us to understand this anxiety, depression, and panic attacks. And it is your reaction to the world. It is even not what happened to you. It is the way you react to the situations. If you understand it, basically, it is kind of like your moment of choice. So you are the one who destroying yourself. You are the one who putting difficulties to yourself. You are the one who giving hard time to yourself. You are the one who taking the wrong path for that. And the worst thing is, so then by the time you start to take medicine, so anxiety, depression, the panic attacks or the fear, so what kind of medicine that you can use? Because it is not a cause. If there is a cause, then you can use medicines. It is an effect. And it is not an effect come from base that where something exists that you can find out, oh, here, this is the anxiety, this is the depression, this is the panic attack, this is the fear, like that. Like as example, cancer. Then you can find somewhere out of many kind of examinations. But just think about, when you take medicine for this kind of situations, so when you take medicine for your mental reactions, for what, where it go, it more and more and more complicate your situation. So that's why you have to remember the day-to-day behavior is very necessary for you to maintain your conventional life. Fundamentally, it helps for your spiritual development, and at the same time, basically, to gain a kind of like the strong foundation with your physical, mental behavior, knowing the mechanism of the body and mind, not just by believing. Believing, it helps for a certain level to become kind of like a more better people for us, but believing for our day-to-day life doesn't work. So that's why what you understand is very necessary. So then when it comes to this panic attacks, like it, as a human beings, sometimes people use it for their success also. For anxiety, they use to their success. Depression, they use for their success. Fear, they use for their success. There are some people. So then be wise yourself. Rather than become a prisoner to that, use that old mental situations to grow yourself. Kind of like make it kind of like a nourishment. So how you can do that? So in the basically you have to understand how this happens, especially the panic attacks. So just imagine, just I never had any experience in my life, and then deeply regarding panic attacks. So I had a very comfortable, happy lifestyle. So everything kind of like, that happened the way I want in this very conventional background. So this cup, I like it very much. And I feel so comfortable with it. So deeply I have a kind of like when I repeat this, my physical connection with every day, what happens, my body start to get used to this. That body get used to means by the time slowly I develop a certain kind of currents to be comfortable with it. So by the time I get addicted to that. So then every day that deeper attachment to this become part of my life. Just imagine suddenly this drop for any reason, and with some kind of noise is break down to pieces. In that very moment, what happened, I get shocked. This is the beginning of panic attacks. So the current that you develop with the desire to be comfortable and the desire to have the connection suddenly drop. And then you get shocked. It can happen with the cup. So once it happens, what the next step? Once it happened to your body, maybe you clean it, but the thing is that your worry, your disappointment, your unhappiness start to be with you. And then by the time your body, at the same time when you remember that shock also come behind you, because that incident going to memorize by your body. And when you miss your cup, it's not going to be only just the cup. It's going to memorize that shock also. So then what happens? Invisibly, that you have aftershock. You don't feel that. But while you're missing that aftershock keep happening in your body again and again and again and again. And then now your body get comfortable and get used to this shock. And then by the time, now your body so whatever the disappointment happens, it gets shocked. And then, so next time, when something even no need to happen, when you hear, you get shocked. Why? Because now body react in that way. So the healthy way is kind of like, as example, when a danger happens, then that shock sometimes take you away from the situation and make you safe. Like when the tsunami happens, when the ocean start to come towards the land and people got shocked, and that itself, pushed them away, and that shock itself throw them to run. So like that in our environment, whatever happens, and sometimes it helps us to survive ourselves. But the thing is, when the shock happen with the attachment, so by the time it become unhealthy. So then be very careful about yourself and watch your mind. So then what you need to do, be strong. So the understanding the world, understanding the Dharma, understanding the life means what? You are capable to absorb this shock. It's kind of like you have the shock absorbers, like off-road trucks, it has ability to absorb the shock. Then the vehicle doesn't get effect. So like that, we all riding these bumpers, and our life is mostly, we always go like off-road, and sometimes we have to find a way ourselves to keep the balance. It's not easy. So that shock can come in many ways, but it always going to come out of 6 directions: eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, objects. So then know about it and try to understand the behavior of life. And at the same time, take it as a part of life. So in that way, you are capable to manage yourself. And the depression also, you have to remember, if you are depressed regarding something, or even maybe you don't going, the very important thing is, when the depression happens, you can't find the reason. It make you kind of like a dusty, kind of like a blank. So then go into deeper yourself and start to change your, especially eating habit. And get into fasting. Don't eat too much. And at least kind of like 16-hour fasting. Because when it comes to 16-hour fasting, kind of like a lifestyle, what happens, your brain cells start to open. If you eat too much, your anxiety and the depression become stronger with it. Look at that. Most of the time when people have the anxiety or the depression, they eat too much, especially the sugar. So the very first principle you have to remember to cut down it. So then it opens the brain cells. Another thing is, if you can learn something new, also help for you to open these new brain cells. Because when the opening new brain cells means you become kind of like a person that overcome your physical, mental environment from that situation that you hold. Another one is that taking the hot cold shower. Scientifically, they knew like it open your brain cells. You take the hot shower. Now it's winter time coming, and sometimes before you come out of the shower, you take 1 minute, 2 minutes, very cold shower. So like that, it physically helps for you to get out of the depression and the anxiety. It's open your brain cells. So another thing is, see that now you have some negative situation, but you use that negative situation to grow. So in that way, you come out of the situation rather than boxing or wrestling with the situation. The most important part you have to remember, there is a nature in our body and mind. So each and every cell in your body has a brain itself. Not only this brain, this each and every cell behave their own way. So there is a law in that cells. What is that law? Law of adaptation. So it has ability to adapt to any situation. How it adapt? It's a very good nature, but at the same time you have to remember, so this law of adaptation within our body and mind and deeply within this each and every cell. So it adapts to the very moment of environment. So then be very careful with your activities. So whatever you watch, whatever you hear, whatever you smell, whatever you eat, whatever the people you associate, and whatever the thoughts you keep thinking. Why? Because if it is profitable, it adapts to that situation. If it is unprofitable, it adapts to that situation. So taking that decision in that very moment, just imagine that if you have the anxiety, depression, or the fear, don't try to that develop kind of like a expectation that from other people should empathize or sympathize you. Oh, I feel so sorry about you. Oh, I never thought it going to happen to you. Oh, why it happened to you like this? Don't develop that kind of attitude in you. So you have to get out of the situation. So from that, for that, then what you need to do? And always you have to clinging to a higher vibration rather than depending on others' opinion. Always have the ability to clinging to higher vibration. So that is where, because the law of adaptation, the very nature of it's not going to adapt to any positive situation. Forget about it. Positive or negative, as example, if you associate a very negative person, we can't tell negative person, but only practice point of view. Just I am telling, if there is an unprofitable person, there is a person that it doesn't work for you. And if you work with that person, if you associate that person, so you start to adapt to that person. And at the same time, if you find a more successful, more better person around you, and then you adapt to that kind of person. So that's a basic principle in this environment. So be very careful then around you, the people you associate, the book you read, the movies you watch, the songs you listen, the food you eat. Because by the time it can take you down or it can take you up. It can allow you to grow or it can allow you to shrink. So then don't allow you to take you down. So it's your natural behavior. So then how you can do that? That is where you have the choice. So when it comes to that, before we go into the choice, always you have to remember that the words you talk to yourself create an effect to develop feelings inside you. So your words that you talk to yourself can change the way you feel. So what we do, whatever the feelings happen to us, according to that, we talk to that feelings. No, now we change. You start to talk to yourself, and out of that, you can change the feelings. So words affect the feelings, the words reveal the feelings. The words can rebuild the feelings. The words that you talk to yourself can remodel the feelings. So then it is up to you. So what you talk to yourself, you're going to feel by the time. So understanding this and deeply observing and recognizing this mechanism is the method that you build up your own life. You are the architecture of your own life. You become the creator of your own life. It is difficult sometimes. But at the same time, once you know this method or the science, you can design whatever the life you want. And then you are the one who's going to benefit out of it. And even you design it, you are not bound to that, whatever the outcome. So then other thing is when it comes to the choice, Always remember, the most of time when we have the will or the choice, we always go behind something. Oh, I want this, I want. So like that, we have very kind of like very self-centered, egocentric choice. And that itself can ignite your anxiety, depression, the panic attacks, or the fear, or the unbalance. So then, to get out of how you can use this, because we all can have the choice, we all have ability to have the choice. So that choice means the inside, that how you're going to accept things, and where you heading with your conscious decision, where you put, and how you deal with your conscious decision. So when it comes to that, remember, if there is an opportunity for you, never ever use that opportunity, never ever use the choice to keep the ownership to yourself. This is mine, like that. Never ever do that. Always use that choice to the very first thing, how you can develop a very higher choice. The most important choice that you can have, the highest choice, is not even having the love. The highest choice is forgiving. That is where you become more powerful and stronger. So then look around you. Have you ever took that kind of choice? You take a conscious decision and you had the 100% authority or the power, and using that without any condition or without any limitation, you forgive the person. That is where your choice becomes stronger. Your conscious decision becomes stronger. Forgiveness. And that itself takes you to open to the love. So remember, if you can't forgive, you can't love. Okay, you're going to have a very dangerous life if you don't know how to forgive. If you can't forgive, you're going to have a very hard life. Even you have the love, because when you love, especially for other people, your close people, your husband, wife, children, friends, and family members like that, and your love can take you to panic attack, anxiety, depression, fear, unbalance. Why? Because who going to live the life the way you want? Always you're going to have a disappointment, unhappy, broken heart, because other people sometimes, knowingly or unknowingly, do different things. It can hurt you. And if you can't absorb that hurt, and if you can't forgive, then what will happen? So by the time you become kind of like a volcano. And it kind of like you're going to become like an earthquake that, building the current underneath this ground. You become like a tsunami. You become like a tornado, accumulating all the disappointment around you. So one day, then it's going to blast. sometimes it even invisibly it blasts. You see it sometimes, people have the heart attack, stroke, and sometimes suddenly people paralyze, no reason. Morning, they wake up, they can't move their hand, they can't get out of their bed. Why? Because this emotional breakdown can destroy your nerve system. So then remember, this is the body that we carry within us, and this body is not ours. That's why even you reach to the Buddhahood, even you reach to the enlightenment, this body going to die. So then don't just maintain this. Use this, the body, the mind, and achieve to your liberation, your enlightenment, rather than become a prisoner to this or try to maintain this. This not belong to you. This belong to 4 elements: heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness. You are not the owner of this body. The owner of this body is the heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness. If I simplify this more, your body is belong to the food. And your body belong to the air. Your body belong to the water. So that's why don't keep the ownership. Just learn the principles and then use it. Don't caught up on the feelings like, I feel good. What's the point? You feel good. Because it's not yours. And don't settle down with the comfort. Be a master of uncomfort. Be a warrior of disappointment. Be a gladiator of panic attacks. Then you okay with life. So practicing meditation is a method that deeply take you to have this natural wisdom or the understanding regarding this inner behavior. And deeply, you start to recognize this cause and effect, cause and conditions, causation. So once you understand that, you don't claim anything as yours. You recognize the patterns, you understand the method, and you go with it, rather than claiming even that moment of experience as you know. So it takes time, but still little by little, when you practice every day, rather than just go with this outside things, settling down and developing this introspection, go deeper into you and observing without reacting to anything, just allowing everything to settle down as it is. You don't disturb to anything, and will help you to slowly, little by little, understand this. So that wisdom is very necessary for you to live this conventional life. Why? Because this is a crazy world. Remember that. This is a crazy world. We live with crazy people. Nothing wrong with anybody. Even sometimes we also crazy. Who knows? This monk keep talking. He's crazy. He's not. Sometimes some people can say, we're living in a crazy world. So then yourself, you have to remember, if you don't take care of yourself, you are in danger. Because then your own inner mind misunderstand, misguide, misbehave, and then misinterpret, and then you are the one who going to misguide your life. So don't allow it to happen. So you are responsible for you. So then use this craziness, because we can't reject it. We have to live with it. So use it. Use this craziness to grow rather than allowing it to take you down. Use this all the disappointment, unhappiness to grow yourself. And that's why you have no wish to go back. You have no wish to repeat this. You have only one wish. Find the way out knowingly. This is enough. So if you come to that point, of course, there is an exit. That exit is not outside, it is within us. The way we accept things can take you in or take you out. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. Your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say so patveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach yourself from any kind of future thoughts or any kind of your past experience. Just remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So if your mind go here and there, bring it back again and again, just settle down with the sensation. Do nothing extra. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times, please, and find the sensation. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. Just keep observing. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy, May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward, visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward, and upward. To all 6 directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. Also, by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata me sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Maya Dhammanudhamma Patipattiya Buddham Pujemi Dhammam Pujemi Sangham Pujemi Attaya Imaya Patipattiya Jati Jara Vyadhi Maranam Ha Paribunjisami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.